I had a memory gap. That's what I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. Carol, I know you don't want to hear this. I know stuff happened, and I know things were really mean and ugly and embittered and all that. But I do have a lot of good things to say. When people would say, do I have something kind to say about you? 10 things, not one thing. 10 things I've got kind of, outside of Torrance, outside of Frank. And that's why the pictures are so important. That I was able, and it doesn't matter that you blocked me. I downloaded, I saved everything that I wanted to save and screenshotted. By the way, I miss you also. You're not filming anymore, Come Up Higher, any episodes. So I do miss you, and also following you on Come Up Higher and really having to hear what you have to say outside of all of that insanity. And also, yeah, to see you differently outside of that. And heck, you're probably saying the same thing about me, seeing me differently through my videos and everything, and my singing and my performing and everything. So you're probably seeing me differently. But I know a lot of ugly stuff had happened. We know that. But I'm not the enemy. Really, I'm not Satan. I know that you want to see me that way. That I have a lot of positive things to say about you. I don't have my props with me, because as far as emptying out the box to get the junk out of the box so we can find what's valuable. So I don't have the 10 things I like about you list, but I will say this, that seeing you through the pictures, seeing you through Facebook, seeing you outside of all the insanity that had happened, I got a lot of positive things to say about you. And also through your Come Up Higher series, it's more like a family. It's more like a family meeting, almost more conversational, almost more approachable, as opposed to all that was going on with Torrance and you got to give it up, it's not supposed to matter to you, and so on. Yeah, and as far as the pictures, okay, that's what I wanted to say. That as far as the pictures, seeing every picture, each one is more your whole family and kids and grandkids, and now even great-grandchild. He's, I think, about 5 years old. I can't believe that Andrew is a grandfather. That every picture, each is more beautiful than the other, and everything, the family gatherings, the weddings, and how your family is so creative. And so when you do celebrate, it kind of reminds me of my mom, in fact, when my mom, and you being classy and elegant and graceful and everything. And also the way that you guys celebrate big, you guys are awesome. It's like that everything, let's see, the weddings, and there was a video of Disneyland. And, I also saw that one of your grandsons is a cast member in Disneyland. And also, I don't have the whole list in front of me as far as the 10 things I like about you, but it's based on Corinthians, where love sees the best, and wanting to focus on that. But yeah, that you're into opera. I know that you want to see me as the devil. You want to see me as Satan. But for you to get past all of that I'm not the enemy, that we have a lot of things in common. Oh my God, that's what I wanted to say. When you told me that you studied opera, you might as well have said Disneyland. You might as well have said the Serbian music, the kolo. That oh my God, my heart skipped a beat. I was so happy to hear that. And that also, that's another thing I wanted to say. That when I'm describing various opera stories or opera metaphors, examples, you know what I'm talking about. You know that we found a connection there. And also, and a lot of ugly stuff happened, but I do find comfort that our meeting was not a coincidence. That stuff happened, and clutter on the table and the trash in the box and all of that, but getting all of that out and everything, that we do have a lot in common, especially in singing and especially in music. I often say, because I'm not a soprano, I'll try to sing a few notes in a soprano voice, but it does weird things to my voice. So I'm not a soprano, but I often say that I do what you do, an octave lower, and in several languages. Italian being the language of opera, German being the language of operetta, and then singing in my Serbian language, and then also studying Hungarian. Praise God, it's going wonderful. For 7 years already that I've been studying Hungarian. So that, and also, let's see, what else? Yeah, You guys look terrific, and I enjoy watching. And also, oh yeah, and yeah, it resonated in my heart when you were saying about being able to laugh and to be able to cry, usually at the same time. That kind of reminded me of Catherine also. So again, I don't have the whole list in front of me to remember everything, but the list is at my house, and the example of the Fantasia flyer, my props, the valuable things that I had found when I got rid of a lot of the trash. So the example is this as getting rid of what does it mean? The night that I was thrown out, the prayer line issue, Frank, this issue and that issue. As I've been able to get all that insanity from the 90s and Torrance out of the box, I'm finding the list. I'm finding all those positive, wonderful memories before Frank broke down our friendship, and all the so much positive memories. In fact, that's what we got into conflict over, that I didn't want to let you go. All that. Oh yeah, and another thing, as far as the pictures, that's what I wanted to say. There's just so much going on here. As far as the pictures, you might probably say, and others would say, well, if I was so upset at you and mad at you, why am I saving the picture? That's what I'm trying to say. It's the power. That's what I said in my walkthrough, that it's the power of photography. It's the power of pictures, that we can have issues and be upset and not agree about the movie and slain in the spirit, but I'll take out my cell phone. I'll take out my pictures. Here's my mom. Here's my brothers. Here's my latest performance. Here's a picture of this. Here's a picture. We all gather around the water cooler. Here's my late father. People say I look like him, that I'm the spitting image of him. Here's my late father. Here's my late mom. That it's like pictures bring us together to focus on what unites us instead of what divides us. And that's why pictures are so important to me. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. I was reaching out to you. You talk so much about forgiveness and letting go of anger and resentment. You didn't let go of a lot of things either. Because when I was reaching out to you, both to our sweet friend Renee, that's what I wanted to say. Renee had passed on a couple of years ago, and that grieved me. And we became friends when I was reaching out to her in 2018. And I was reaching out to you. You blocked me. She reached out to me. Again, conversation was limited because of her health issues, but we were cordial and had dialogue, and she enjoyed my Facebook page and my singing and everything. And she was not able to talk a lot because of all her health issues, but I became close to her daughter, Shelley, where she was keeping me up to date, and that brought a lot of the compassion where we had made peace. And also I kind of maneuvered and manipulated also with my baby picture, where I was reaching out to you and I was reaching out to her, and she had accepted my invitation. You had blocked me because it bothered you that I had become friends again. You figured, what, you're friends with Renee after all that had happened? Where is this forgiveness that you're talking about too? When in spite of everything that had happened, in spite of all that, I was still reaching out to you. But I don't care that you blocked me, because I got all the pictures, all the screenshots, everything that I wanted. And also looking at the pictures, that had diffused a lot of the anger, and that had diffused a lot of the resentment. And also, like I had said, seeing you outside, and with your series Come Up Higher, seeing you outside of Torrance and Frank and that whole mess and that whole insanity. Also related to, but how, what's the word I'm looking for? How there's a sense of deja vu, how a sense of God giving something back to you after you had lost. I'm kind of a loss for words now. But Catherine when I would be looking, I don't want to start crying, but I would be looking at Catherine. That's what I was trying to say. I would be looking at Catherine, but then I would see a little bit of you. That's what I was trying to say. That the devil Frank took away, but God gave back. God, that I would be looking at Catherine and I would be having flashbacks, good flashbacks. I would be seeing a little bit of you. And that Erica, that friendship, that's the friendship, the one that had been broken and there was a mess. That tenderness of that Erica, but the toughness of you, I saw that in Catherine. And also, where with Catherine, she had a very, very strict code. It's kind of like, what do you need? Do you want to cry? Do you want to laugh? Do you want to pass out? Do you want me to hold on to you? But don't disrespect me. Don't challenge me, or I'll wrestle you to the ground. If you were to ask me, and I said this before, it wasn't so much being slain in the spirit, it was more her being in my face, and I would lose my balance and fall, and that basically softened me, and made me more tender and took off the hard shell. And I feel that Catherine was a better choice for that. So if you were to ask me, and again, I'm trying to describe it, it's a combination of slain in the spirit. In your case, it was more pray over, slain in the spirit, fall down. In Catherine's case, there was more drama. It was more like what I was trying to say, like a combination between the wrestling, WWE, is that what they call it? Like the wrestler Christy Hem, for example. But then Jacob wrestling with the angel, and slain in spirit. Kind of mixing all these influences. That's the way I would describe Catherine. And also where, like I had said, Catherine would overpower me, but I would find myself being kinder, gentler. And when I say that she was better, that's what I wanted to say, better for me. That's not derogatory at all. In fact, it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to you. If you were like 5 stars, everything that I wanted to hang on to, that I didn't want to let go, why we got into so much conflict, Catherine was better for me, 10 stars, better for what I needed to tear down a lot of that shell in me. And also that, praise God, that's wonderful, that's amicable, God bless. And you're probably saying, now, I didn't find, though, Catherine came to me. I got the job at John Wayne Airport. She was my manager for 2 years. So I was at the right place and at the right time. So Catherine came to me, but you're probably saying, oh, thank God, she found a connection which is better for her. I'm happy for her. So she'll leave us alone. And that's great. That's wonderful. That's amicable. Without Frank stirring up the pot and the anger and the resentment and the hard feelings and all of that. I got one more thing to say, and I got to take a break.